Crypto is a game of rotating attention. One day everybody talks about meme coins, the next day everybody talks about crypto gaming. Now everybody is looking at AI crypto tokens. Now let's have a look at SingularityNet, which is leading this current rally. I've done several videos on AGIX before on this channel, one of them discussing the fundamentals. In this video, we're going to talk about demand and supply dynamics. We're going to look at the long term as well. Let's have a look at the data most people are not considering. So we're currently at 63 cents almost. We're up 22% today. But it's not just AGIX that's going up. We also have Fetch AI with a gain of 25%. And we've got Ocean Protocol with a gain of almost 21%. And so 1 year ago, I published a video on AGIX with all the fundamentals. Feel free to check it out. Simply search for the problem with SingularityNet. And that video performed quite well, by the way. An average video is here in gray, and that video got roughly 10 times the views. Now, why is there so much attention on AI crypto tokens? It's of course because AI related stocks are performing very nicely as well. This is Nvidia over time, the main chip maker for AI hardware. Nvidia is now one of the most valuable companies on this planet. In order to figure out where the price of AGIX might be going, we have to look at both demand and supply. And supply is always a question of tokenomics. Let's have a look at how much the token supply will expand over time. So here we go. This is the website token.unlocks.app. And we are currently at roughly 1.4 billion AGIX tokens. And this will increase to 1.5 billion a year from now. So this chart looks somewhat scary, but actually the growth rate isn't that bad. It's 6.5% roughly. Most altcoins have way worse token supply schedules. There's two versions of the token, one of them on Ethereum, the other one on Cardano. Most value is still locked up on the Ethereum chain. We've got 92,000 holders, but let's segregate those holders by minimum holding size. On the left, we've got the number of wallets that have at least 2,000 AGIX tokens on the Ethereum chain. So at the current price, that's roughly $1,200. That's what I'd consider small retail. In the middle, we've got medium-sized retail. That's now another 10x from the left chart. So that's roughly $12,000. On the right, we've got the whales. That's at least $120,000 worth of the token. We see how retail continued to accumulate up to a point, up to February of this year. A similar development for medium-sized retail, although the growth wasn't that steep. And the whales, they actually tended to sell over time. So the people here, the wallets that are on the right, are 100 times more important than the wallets on the left. And if those wallets decline in numbers by 25%, then that tends to override a doubling of the number of wallets on the left. There's a clear movement from the smart whales to the not necessarily that smart retail investors. Now, I like to look at relative valuation charts. I don't like to look just at US dollar prices, because if you just want to get crypto exposure, we can just buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. We buy altcoins in order to get outperformance versus Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that should be the benchmark. What we see here behind me is the AGIX price divided by the Ethereum price, so the relative performance to Ethereum. And since February of last year to today, we actually saw an underperformance of 30%. So you took on more risk than simply by buying Ethereum. You still lost more. You did not get compensated for the additional risk, at least historically. And that 30% underperformance can potentially be explained also by token inflation, right? The number of tokens grew by roughly 40%. But again, token inflation won't be that bad going forward. There's a lot of volatility. The crash was minus 70% almost. The rally in February of this year was a gain of 244%. Today, we are rallying in all kinds of altcoins, but that's actually just a correction from that recent crash that started in March of this year, so 3 months ago. Appreciating prices tend to generate a lot of attention as well. And that's why we see a lot of correlation between this rally here in February and the number of Telegram users over time, right? Suddenly the number of Telegram users grew. With this recent correction, we don't yet see new people joining Telegram. That's interesting, right? Now let's have a closer look again at this holder graph, right? This is a very long-term holder graph starting in 2021. Let's see what happened in the last month only, where the price went down by 31%. Here's the same graphs with the same cutoffs, but only for the last month. And here we do see how the number of holders tend to decline. Retail isn't necessarily buying anymore. Or maybe retail is not transferring to centralized exchanges to sell it over there. At least we don't see any on-chain purchases anymore. The decline isn't massive. It's maybe 4 to 5% in the last month, but apparently it's enough to crush the price quite a bit. A lot of trading now happens on the centralized exchanges, and that might also explain the recent price rally, because maybe there is some manipulation going on. Binance owns 25% of trading volume, Gate.io 15%, OKX 6%. And on the perpetual futures market, so on the derivatives market with leverage on the price, we see even 84% of the market cap being traded on Binance. I believe things are getting pretty dangerous in crypto right now. Have a look at this. This is a stable coin market cap over time. And during bull markets, this tends to expand. During bear markets, it tends to go down. Over here, for several months in 2022, we went sideways. And then after long enough of that sideways movement, we had the Terra Luna collapse that then started the bear market. And it wasn't just the stablecoin market cap that went down. Pretty much all crypto prices went down. This then turned around in October of last year. But now, again, since April of this year, we are going sideways again. And so maybe this behavior over here could repeat over here. So that would look something like this. In case we see an exact replication of the past, the crash could happen in July of this year. So just 3 to 4 weeks from now. When there's no new money flowing into crypto right now, and when AI coins are actually getting sold off, when Nvidia stock is exploding, when there's that kind of a sentiment, I rather like to bet on falling prices, such as this one here. This is also a relative valuation chart, but I'm not going to say which one. I'm betting on falling prices of this chart, and I'm making money with that bet. Since beginning of the year, we went down by 39%. You can short this asset. You can bet on falling prices of this asset directly on Web3. You don't even need a centralized exchange for this. And here's a shameless plug. I show in the premium membership what asset this is, how to set up all of this, and how to get the money back for premium if you have roughly $3,000 to put into that position. So if you're shorting this chart with $3,000, you're getting back the $125 per month. And of course, there's lots of other benefits as well, a lot of tutorials, and we're even tracking the wallets of insiders, as in we know when various influencers and insiders and top traders are buying and selling something. But I can't show all of those alerts over here, but we do have quite a bit. Still, I believe now it's time to bet on falling prices, not necessarily to find this one altcoin that might outperform temporarily. Times are getting tough again. It's player versus player. Don't necessarily buy things that don't see a lot of adoption. I'm not really a friend of AGIX right now, even though all the AI coins are going up. I think it's better if you want to get AI exposure to simply just buy Nvidia stock. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. I will continue to make updates on SingularityNet and other AI coins. And if your crypto portfolio isn't yet large enough to justify premium, there's also a free Telegram group. Link is as well down below. Looking very much forward to seeing you over there. Cheers.